Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Right, today we are going to be carrying on with our numbers to 40 and we are going to be comparing numbers today. So we're going to be using place value, so our tens and our ones that we've been looking at this week, to compare those numbers and find out which number is bigger and which number is smaller. So have a look at this picture on the screen. Can you work out which class has more pupils? What can we do to find out which class has more pupils? Think about the methods that we have learned, our counting in tens, fives, and twos. Okay, so pause the video and see if you can work out which of those classes is bigger. Okay, so if you pause your video and work that out, well done. We are going to do it together now. And whilst the video was paused, I worked it out as well myself. So I've worked out that there are 10 pupils in this row. Okay, so now I know that there are 10 pupils in that row. I can see that that's the same amount in this row, the same amount in this row, and this row, and this row. So let's start off with class A. I'm going to count here in tens. 10. Actually, let me get my pen out because that will make it easier for us to see. So 10, 20, 30, count on 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, so I've worked out that there are 36 children in class A. Ooh, sorry, that's a bit of a big, clumpy 36. And now let's count in class B. So I can go 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So there are 27 children in class B. Which of those numbers is the greatest? Is it 36 or 27? Now, we are going to have a look on the next slide here to work this out. So here we have, I've used Deans on this slide, okay? Here, our little rods of 10 and our little ones, our cubes of ones, to help me out here, to make it really nice and clear how we compare big numbers like this. So for class A, I have these 3 10 rods here represent my 3 rows of 10 here. And then these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh dear, I've not got 5 students there, have I? I've got 6 students there. Silly me. There we go. Okay, so these 6 ones represent our 6 students up here. So, how many tens do I have? I have got 3 tens, so in tie for class A. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put that in my place value chart here. 3 tens, and how many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I can count in my twos, can't I? 2, 4, 6. So I've got 6 ones, 36, lovely. So now let's check class B, make sure that I've got the right numbers down here because I made a mistake with this one up here. So we've got 10, 20. Have I got 2 rods of 10 here? I do. Okay, good job. So how many tens do I have? 2 tens. How many ones do I have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have I got 7 children at the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, oof, you've got it right that time. So how many ones do I have? I have altogether in this group 7 ones. So I'm going to put 7 in my ones box in my place value diagram there. So we've double checked ourselves. We've seen how we can use deans or other items to help us make it really nice and clear how many children are in each of those classes. But we still want to work out which of these numbers is the greatest and which is the smallest. So we are going to look at the tens column first of all to help us out there. Which of those numbers has more tens? 36 has got 3 tens in it, and 27 has got 2 tens in it. What does that mean? Have a think. Does it mean that 27 is a bigger number than 36? Because 7 is a bigger number than 6. I'm trying to trick you out here because, like I said, we want to look at our tens. 30 is a bigger number than 20. So let's have a look. 3 tens and 6 ones makes 36. And 2 tens and 7 ones makes 27. So this is what we did. We counted our deans. We put it into our place value chart, and we worked this out, didn't we? 3 tens and 6 ones equals 36. 2 tens and 7 ones equals 27. 3 is a bigger number than 2. 36 is a bigger number than 27. Okay, so when we are comparing numbers that have double digits, which is numbers that have got more than one single digit, so numbers from 10 up, numbers that have got 2 digits in them, we want to look at the tens first to help us work out the numbers that are greater and the numbers that are smaller. So let's have a look here. Our friend up here is telling us to compare the number of tens. Good, because that's what I've just said as well. So let's look here. Class A has got how many tens here? 36. Class B has got 27. 3 tens is more than 2 tens. Good, that's what we've said, isn't it? 36 is more than 27. Good, well done, we've got that one right as well. 2 tens is less than 3 tens. Do you agree with that? 2 tens here is less than 3 tens. It's a smaller amount. Do you agree? I hope you're nodding because you would be right. We know that, don't we? So 27 is less than 36. So which class has got the most pupils in it? It's class A. Class A with 36 children in it, as opposed to class B with only 27 children in it. So we have to remember this. It's what our friend has told us up here. I can't remember what this girl is called, but she has told us that we need to always compare the number of tens before the number of ones. So which of these numbers is the greatest and which is the smallest? Let's start off by comparing. I'm going to put A here and B here. So we are going to start off by comparing A and B. So A has got 1, 2, 3 tens. Lovely. 3 in here. And how many ones? 7 ones. 3 tens and 7 ones gives us altogether how much? 37. Because remember, each of these rods is made up of 10 of these little squares. Yeah, so if we were to break all of these rods up, we would have 37 little cubes here. But we don't want to break them up because it's easier for us to count when they are in groups of 10. So up here we have got 37. And here, how many have we got? We have got 1, 2 rods of 10. So let's count that in tens. 10, 20. Good. So we know that there are 20 cubes here. We've got 2 tens. And how many ones? 2 ones. So we have got 22. So let's compare these two numbers to start off with. Remember what our friend said? We need to compare the tens. Which is a greater number? 3 or 2? It's going to be 3, isn't it? 3 is a greater number than 2. So 37 is greater than 22. Okay? So let's look at question at C now. So how many tens have we got here? 1, 2, good. 2 tens in the box. How many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lovely. 9 ones in the box. So all together we have here what number? 2 tens and 9 ones give us 29. So how can we compare 22 and 29? Have a think about that. Remember what our friend told us? We need to compare the tens first of all. We need to start off comparing the tens. But here, with 22 and 29, our tens are both the same number, aren't they? They're both a number 2. We've got 2 tens in both scenarios here. So if both of our tens are the same, what should we look at next? We need to look at the ones, don't we? So we know we've got the same here, 2 tens, 2 tens. Now we are going to look at the ones. So let's highlight the ones. We have got 2 ones here and 9 ones here. Which of those numbers are bigger, 2 or 9? It's 9, isn't it? 9 is a greater number than 2. So which of these numbers is the biggest? Is it 22 or 29? It's going to be 29, isn't it? Because we've got the same amount of tens. Okay, so we've looked at the tens. Can we compare them? We can't because they're the same. So now we look at the ones. Can we compare those? Yes, we can. They're not the same. We've got 2 ones here and 9 ones here. So our greatest number out of these two is going to be 29. Now I know that I'm doing a lot of talking at you and I'm moving quite quickly through these, but You can remember, you can always pause the video and go back if you need to rewatch it to make things a little bit clearer for you. So this is exactly what we've just worked out. 3 tens is more than 2 tens. We've just done that here, haven't we? 3 tens is more than 2 tens. So 37 is more than 22. 37 is more than 29. So 37 is the greatest number. Out of all of the numbers we had here, 37, 22 and 29, 37 has the most tens. Look in the tens column. So it is the greatest number. 2 ones is less than 9 ones. Good, that is exactly what we found out here, haven't we? 2 ones is less than 9 ones. So 22 is less than 29. And we beat our friend here to it, haven't we? Because she says both 22 and 29 have 2 tens. So what do we need to compare next? And we know what we need to compare next, don't we? If the tens are the same, we look at the ones. So let's arrange these numbers in order. We need to start with the smallest and arrange them to the greatest. So we have got 22, 29 and 37. We want the smallest here and the greatest here. Remember, the greatest has got the most amount of tens. So we've got 2 tens, 2 tens and 3 tens. Oh, good. So our greatest number is in the right place. 2 tens and 2 tens. Oh, our tens are the same. If our tens are the same, what do we need to do next? To work it out, we need to look at the ones. We've got 2 ones there and 9 ones here, which is the smallest out of those numbers. 2 or 9? It's 2, isn't it? So these numbers are in order from smallest to greatest already. We don't need to work that out. 22, 29, 37. Pause the video and see if you can do the next one on your own. Right, I think this is second to last one that we are doing together. So well done. Keep your maths hats on. You are doing super, super well. This is a tricky topic and you are absolutely racing through it. So well done. Now here we want to count and compare exactly what we have been doing. How many tens do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Right, let's get that in our tens box in our place value diagram. How many ones do we have? 1, 2. Great, let's get that in our ones box. So here it's asking us, we've got 3 tens and 2 ones. How much does that give us all together? Remember, we're not adding 3 and 2, because 3 and 2 would just give us 5. And we have got more than 5 cubes there. So 3 and 2 together when we're adding tens and ones gives us 32. And what about here? How many tens have we got? 1, 2. Great, pop that in our tens box. 2 tens. And how many ones? Oh, we've got more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 ones. How much does that give us all together? 2 tens and 9 ones makes 29. Great job. So, which of these numbers is the greatest? Which is the largest number? Remember, when we are comparing numbers with 2 digits here, that means we've got 2 numbers. We start with the tens. So How many 10s have we got in 32? We have got 3 10s. How many 10s have we got in 29? We've got 2 10s. So which of those numbers is going to be the greatest? The one with the most 10s is 32. Lovely. 32 is more than 29. And if you have a numbers line or a number square on your learning mat or with you anywhere at home, you can have a look and check that. 32 should be further up than 29 because it is a greater number. Now, excuse me, it might be easier for you to work this out at home if you have some bits and pieces that you can use instead of Deans. If we were at school, we'd be using these to help us. So maybe you have lots of Lego and you can use all the little Lego blocks at the same size. You can put 10 of those into a rod and then use some other ones to give yourself a 10 rod and a 1 here. Maybe you can use straws or cocktail sticks that you know give you a rod of 10 and then something else for your 1s. Maybe you'll need to ask somebody at home to help you with that. But I am going to use these that I have on the screen for the time being. So it says here, compare 34, 29 and 38. Right, well, I'm going to work these out in my Deans first of all. So 34, how many 10s are in 34? 1, 2, let's count them up in 10s as we go actually. So 10, 20, 30. Good, we got to 30. Now we need 4 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely, so there's my 34. Next, 29. How many 10s are in 29? 2, 10, 20. How many 1s do I need to get? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And my last one is 38. So how many 10s do I need for this? 10, 20, 30. Tells me there, doesn't it? 3, 30. 3 10s in 30. And then how many 1s? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've used my Deans to help me there just because I wanted to do that step first. Okay. Now, how many 10s and 1s do I have? 10s and 1s, 10s and 1s, and sorry, I've got this silly watermark here that I can't get rid of, but I'll move the screen in a minute so you can see. 10s and 1s. So how many 10s do I have here in 34? I have 3 10s. How many 1s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 34. How many 10s in 29? 1, 2. 2 10s. How many 1s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 1s. How many 10s do I have in 38? 3. How many 1s do I have? I have got 8 1s. So, having a look at all of these numbers, which is the greatest number? We start by comparing the tens. So I've got 3 tens here, 2 tens here, and 3 tens here. So I definitely know it's not going to be 29, okay, because I've only got 2 tens there. Now I'm left with 34 and 38. So my tens here are the same, so I can't compare them. If my tens are the same, what do we look at next to help us compare the size of the number? We look at the ones, don't we? So let's look at my ones. I've got 4 here and 8 here. Which of those numbers is greater? You can even look at the deans to help you. Look at the number of ones I've got here and look at the number of ones I've got here. Which shows me more? It's this one, isn't it? I've got 8. 8 ones is more than 4 ones. So 38 altogether is the greatest number. Okay, if I were to split all of these little squares up into single squares like this, I'd have 38 of them altogether. And that is the most, that is the greatest number out of all of those. So today you need to complete your worksheet, 4 pages 11 to 14. You're going to be doing similar things as to what we have done today on the video. So I would advise you that if you think it's going to be easier and it helps you to use things when working out your maths learning, because I know there's lots of us in cotton class and linen class who both need those, to see if you can find some things at home to help you out to measure out those tens and those ones. And we would like to see your learning from today's lesson. So please post a photo of it on Dojo today. And extra challenges will be on Google Drive as normal. Good luck, have fun, you're doing amazing, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.